Welcome to online studies of Ashadeep International School. Standard 10, Subject Mathematics, Chapter 13, Surface Area and Volume. So today we are going to see the question number 8 of exercise 13.3, right? We already did 7 consecutive questions in the till the previous lecture. So today we are going to see the question number 8 of water in the canal 6 meter wide, 15-meter deep, flowing with the speed 10 kilometers per hour. How much area will it irrigate in 30 minutes of time if 8 meters standing water is needed? See, we need to understand this in a way that it is a width, means this is the width, means what? B, right? So this is the dip means what? H, right? Flowing at the speed. So speed is nothing but the speed, so speed is nothing but the 10 kilometers per hour, right? Now how much area, so you can very easily see that if the water is flowing, right, so it is in the shape of rectangle. So what is the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle is nothing but the L into B, right? So that we need to find L into B in 30 minutes of time. If 8 centimeter is standing height, so means H is given what? 8 centimeter, and we need to find out L into B. So the same thing is there. The water is coming out from the canal and converted into the form of cuboid. So it is conversion of one shape into the another shape, from the one cuboid to the another cuboid, but both have the different heights. Okay, now let's move ahead. Okay, so now this thing is important here. Speed. So speed is nothing but the speed is equals to distance is equals to speed is equals to distance upon time, right? So speed is given 10 kilometers per hour. So distance that we don't know and t that we don't know. So distance is equals to 10 into t. So that distance is nothing but the L. That distance is nothing but the L. Why? Because it water has a speed. So distance becomes the length, right? So distance becomes the length. So the L is nothing but the 10t. 10t, right? Now let's move ahead. Right. Area of the cross section. Okay, that is not required right now. Right. So now this thing is important. The volume of water flows. See here. The distance means L is what? It's a 10 kilometers per hour. So kilometer is going to be the meter. So 10,000 meters upon hours is converted to the minutes, because here the one unit is in the minute. So divided by 60. So that is 10,000 by 60, right? Okay, now the volume remains same. So we'll take here, just focus on what I write here. So it's a capital LBH is equals to small lbh, right? So what is the capital L? That we already see, and that is, see, just write this down in your notebook or in a rough notebook, whatever you have with you right now, right? So what is the capital L? So capital L is what? So it is nothing but the 10,000, right, divided by 60, multiply by, so LV T, so multiply by T. Now 6 multiply by 1.5 is equals to what? So it is nothing but the L only. So it is LB. So LB is nothing but the A. LB is nothing but the A. So A into 8. But it is 8 centimeter. We need to convert it into the meter. Array, sorry. Okay, now let me write it down once again. So it is nothing but the 10,000 into T divided by 60 multiplied by 1.5 multiply by 6 is equals to A into 8 divided by 100, right? So now you just simply need to find out the value of A. So why write here T? So T is nothing but the time given. So what is the time given? 30. So simply multiply it with 30. Simple, right? So that the same thing is done over here. So something is converted previously. So you just follow this step whatever you are comfortable with, right? I'm going to write once again, and that is and that is 10,000 divided by 60 multiplied by time, and time is given as 30, multiply by 6 multiply by 1.5 is equals to A into 8 divided by 100, right? So just proceed with this and you will get the answer simply, right? Okay, now let's move ahead with the another sum. Okay, this is a very much important sum. A farmer connects a pipe of internal diameter. Pipe is in the shape of cylinder, right? So diameter is given, so the R1 is nothing but the 10 centimeter into the cylindrical tank with 10-meter diameter. And now it is comes into the cylindrical tank, and that is R2 is nothing but the 10 meter, so it is the 5 meter. Deep 2 meter, that is the height. So deep 2 meter, that is nothing but the height. So R1 is given, cross section is given. Now cross section is nothing but this one, right? So we don't need to go into it, it's fine if you cannot get into it. So simply it is from the one cylinder to the another cylinder, one cylinder to the another cylinder, and that is what? So it's a pi R1 square H is equals to pi R2 square H2, 1 and 2, pi cut. So what is remaining is R1 square H1 is equals to R2 square H2, right? So now what is the R1? So R1 is nothing but the 10. So 10 square multiply by, now here it is given the rate, so it is nothing but the speed is going to be the, so speed is given, so that is speed is nothing but, so distance is equals to speed is equals to distance upon time. Now what is the speed? So it is a 3 kilometers per hour, so it is a 3000 divided by 60, right? Multiply by time t is equals to distance. So now distance is going to be the h here, right? So distance is going to be the h1 here, right? So that is the h1, and that we need to write here in this question, right? See here, speed is 50 meters per minute, so that we need converted here. Now here the volumes are same, so the volume remains the same. Okay, so now these are the values are putted here, right, as I already written, and that is R1 square H1 is equals to R2 square H2. What is the R? So that is nothing but the 10 square into what is the H? So H we already find, and that is what? So that is 3000 divided by 60 into T is equals to, what is the R2? So R2 is nothing but the 5 meter. So 5 meter we need to convert it into the meter, so multiply it by the 100 centimeter, we need to convert it into the centimeter, and multiply by, so this is the square, 500 square, divide, multiply by 200, multiply by 200, right? And this is not there, right? So now we need to find out the t here. So how much time will it take? So you can find out the value of t from here, right? Simple. So that is 100 minutes, that is 100 minutes, because we converted here kilometers per hour into the minutes, right? Okay, let me explain it once again. That is nothing but the R1 square H1 is equals to R2 square H2. Now what is the R1? So R1 is nothing but the 10 square into what is the H? H is nothing but the, so it is 3000 divided by 10 60 into T is equals to, what is the R2? That is the 500 centimeter square into 200. So now you can simplify and you will get the value of T in terms of minutes, right? So that is nothing but the 100. Okay, now let's move ahead with the, oh, so we're done here with the exercise 13.3. So now let's move ahead for the frustum of cone. Frustum of cone. So frustum of cone, what is the frustum of cone? See, frustum of cone is nothing but this thing. So we convert, so we need to cut the cone from some place with the, right, so we cut it here. So this, even now we need to remove the top part, we need to remove the top part, and this part is nothing but the frustum of cone. So we need to deal with this frustum of cone. So in day-to-day life we come across so many frustum of cones. For example, a bucket which is there in your bathroom, right? A bucket is nothing which is in the shape of frustum of cone, right? So what is the curved surface area of frustum of cone? That is nothing but the pi RL, R1 into R2. See, what is the area of cone? That is pi RL, pi RL. So here in the cone we have only one radius, but here in the frustum of cone we have the top radius and the bottom radius, smaller radius and the greater radius. Here we'll take greater radius as a R1 and smaller radius as a R2. It is a lump sum. You can go, you can change it capital R, small r. You can take capital R2 here and R1 here. That is your choice, right? So each and everything is correct, right? So here pi r, here we have only one r, but here we have R1 and R2. So we need to add it simply, R1 plus R2 into L. So it's a pi RL only, but R1 plus R2. Why? Because we have one radius in the cone, and the frustum of cone we have the two radiuses. Now the total surface area, if the top is pegged and the bottom is pegged, right, then so curved surface area we have tried that is as it is, but the top circle is nothing but the pi r2 square and the bottom circle is nothing but the pi r1 square. So we need to add both of this, we need to add both of this, right? Okay, so very good. Now let's move ahead with the slant height. So slant height, you need to remember this formula. See, L is equals to the square root of R square plus H square. But here, instead of this R, in this is for the cone. This is for the cone. But for the frustum of cone, we need to subtract R1 minus R2 whole square plus H square, right? Why we need to subtract it? Because we need to take here, we need to find out this slant height. So this is nothing but the capital R minus the small r, or you can say R1 minus R2. So that is why I write here R1 minus R2, right? So now let's move ahead, and this is what the volume. So volume is 1/3 pi r square h in terms of cone, but in the frustum of cone 1/3 pi r, 1/3 pi h, R1 square, R2 square, R1 into R2, right? So this formulas you need to remember. Okay, now we'll go with the first sum. A drinking glass is in the shape of frustum of cone of height 14 centimeter. The diameter of the two ends are given. See, the diameters are given, so we need to convert it into radius, right? Now here we have to find out the capacity. Now capacity means what? Capacity means nothing but the volume. So we have to find out the volume. And what is the volume? So it is nothing but the 1/3 pi h R1 square R2 square R1 into R2. The value of R1 is 2. The value of R2 is 1. So I put it here, right? 2 square 4, 1, 2 ones are 2, so we'll put the value and we'll get this answer, right? So this is nothing but the capacity of that glass, so that's it for today, right? So here one thing that you need to consider is this formulas. These are the very much important formulas, right? So just go through this formula. Is very much important formulas. uh, 3 marks or 4 marks sum is definitely from this formula only, right? That is the frustum of cone. In the previous we also get the sum from this frustum of cone, right? So just go through this, it's very much important. Or the conversion of one solid into the another solid, this two kinds of sums are very much important. From those two sums are the 19% of chances to come out these sums into the examination, right? So once again let me repeat it for you. So curved surface area is pi rl r1 plus r2. For the cone it is nothing but the pi rl. Instead of r we need to write down here r1 plus r2, right? Here we need to add the top and the bottom. For the total surface area we need to add the top and the bottom. Top is nothing but the pi r2 square, bottom is nothing but the pi r1 square. So we need to add both of this to the curved surface area, and that becomes the total surface area of the frustum of the cone. Now slant height is what? So it is l square h square plus r1 plus r1 minus r2 square. So that thing we need to understand. So this is the figure, right? This is the total figure. So this is the r2, this is the r1, and we need to find out this l. So we need to consider this triangle. So for that I want this distance. So capital R2 minus small r, this is nothing but the r1. If I subtract r1 from the r2, so that is going to be the r2 minus r1, and this is the length. So that is why I have to take here r1 minus r2, right? Okay, the volume is this. Okay, so that's it for today. So we'll meet into the next lecture. Till then, bye bye, see you, stay home, stay safe, study hard, learn the formula, and crack the examination with the good marks, right?